he, I mean, how come everyone's attracted to the man and yet he would be the worst person to go out with?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe girls are attracted to a typical bad boy, maybe, but I don't think he knows what he wants.
And I think it's a good lesson when everyone's watching.
Yeah, definitely.
To just avoid those types.
Yeah, to treat a girl right.
Hayley, have you ever read A Brief History of Time by Professor Stephen Hawking?
wait.
A Brief History of Time.
Is that history?
It's a study into black holes. By Professor
No, I'm
Stephen
not
Hawking.
interested in
No.
that, sorry.
Do you know Pythagoras' theorem to the nearest 5
No.
decimal places?
Do you?
What's your favourite colour?
Do you?
Colour.
Do you know the
Red.
Pythagoras theorem to the
I do
nearest
actually,
5
yeah.
decimal places?
3.147 is certainly the first 4 digits.
So,
Eating meat holds a lot of symbolism. Too much to explain in 4 minutes. Political acts,
Okay.
right? The personal is political.
Okay. I'm having a steak right now because I'm
Perfect.
starving.
This doesn't look vegan.
You're a vegan?
And
See, how that looks pretty good. That's a little rare, medium rare. Is this bad that I'm eating meat?
you're kind of just enjoying the benefit, and that's not very fair.
It's not like I'm a bad guy. I am a good guy who made a bad decision.
Google Preferred dropped you from their service.
Yeah.
Do you think that that was fair of them to do?
I understand that they needed to take a stance. And while I don't necessarily maybe agree with it, I do respect it. I do respect it.
But how does that affect your bottom line?
Want to know the real answer?
Yeah, of course.
It hurts, but it's not like I'm drowning. It's
At 22 years old, I bought my first house for $6.5 million.
I don't.
But I wasn't quite satisfied, so I had a koi pond put in. Painted the walls of the guest house. Bought a giant truck known as the Yeti. Bought a school bus, and then turned it into a cool bus. Installed a home theater system.
I try not to live my life thinking about money, because money doesn't make me happy.
NANI?!
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Memorial Day is a great holiday for bringing Americans together, unless you decide to promote segregation while you do it. A Black Lives Matter group in New York City threw a Memorial Day party and barred anyone who was not black from attending. This is what they said: being intentional about being around black people is an act of resistance. This is an exclusively black space, so if you do not identify as black and want to come because you love black people, please respect the space and do not come. Lisa Durden is a political commentator and Black Lives Matter supporter. She joins us tonight. Lisa, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Good to see you again. You're doing well.
Thank you. I was confused by this because I thought the whole point of Black Lives Matter, one of the points would be to speak out against singling people out on the basis of their race and punishing them for that. Because you can't control what your race is, and yet they seem to be doing that. Explain that to me.
What I say to that is boo, hoo, hoo. You white people are angry because you couldn't use your white privilege card to get invited to the Black Lives
you doing, man?
Good, Steve. How are you doing?
Good, good. Where you folks? Alpharetta. That's right up the road.
Alpharetta. Yeah, right
I
up the
like
street.
Alpharetta.
I'm so excited to be here that I've got a Tyrannosaurus Rex bursting to come forth out of me.
You have a what?
T-Rex. A Tyrannosaurus Rex, Steve. Could I show you?
What?
Yes. He does.
Come on.
Yeah, T-Rex.
Do it. You guys want to see this?
I'm a featured guest at the Deplorable.
I know that you are. You're actually the only woman who's actually featured. Because guess what? It's a bunch of dudes. And I do not appreciate that.
Did you just call me a woman? I'm legally a man.
Are you?
Yes.
I'm Ami Horowitz, and I'm here in Berkeley, California to find out if voter ID laws suppress the black vote. Do you have an opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad. I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs. These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
Online.
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
Now I'm here in East Harlem to ask black people their thoughts on what you just heard. Would you have a problem if when you go to vote, if they say, could we please just see your ID to make sure you are who you say you are? Do you have an issue with that?
No.
Would you have an issue if there was a rule saying you got to show your ID before you vote?
Nah.
You cool with that?
Yeah.
Do you have ID normally? Do you carry ID out?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black person who doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has ID. Why would they think they don't have ID? That's a lie. Why would you say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
I have my ID and my friends have their ID, so we know what we need to carry around.
Everybody that I know have ID. Like, that's one of the things you need to walk around with New York with, ID.
Do you know any black adult who does not have ID?
No, I don't.
What does that say to the people who have this perception of ID?
They're pretty much ignorant. That's what my thought process was.
I just think that's ignorant. Ignorant. Very, very ignorant. Very, very ignorant.
I think it is a little racist because, you know, you're putting people in a category and you have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe a little bit of racist in it, but like I said, I think it's more stupidity and ignorance.
They're skinheads that hang out organizing this event.
Really? Where? I mean, he's got no hair, but I don't know. Does he have like the?
I mean,
how do you know he's a skinhead just because he's bald?
In skinhead style, he's at a right-wing event. I mean, like, what do you?
I don't know.
Put two and two together.
It could be. It could
so,
be.
like, why would you associate yourself with that?
I'm not. I'm just checking it out. Whoa. I can't confirm or deny that he's a skinhead, but.
That's great advertising.
I have alopecia areata. It's a medical condition that I got while I was serving in the military. So I had a backpack on that stops cell phone signals from detonating bombs under our feet.